Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of Plague Inc. Evolved. Last episode we played as the Nano-Virus, I believe, on Brutal, and we were real close, so I'm going to give it a second try. This is kind of a sampling of what we're going to have to do after we're done playing the scenarios and alternating between main games and official scenarios. So once we've done the last of these once, we will start playing the same plague maybe 2, maybe 3 times in a row, just to try and get them done on Brutal. So that'll be a little bit change in the schedule. Before we start though, first things first, let me ask everybody to turn off any ad blockers and help me make a career. Let's see. Also subscribe to my channel, that helps me too. I think this is right. So, Brutal. Last time was Glass Jaw. And then, let's see, so next thing would be Lips. So, Busted Lips. I'm running out desperately of good names for plagues, and this whole series is going long. I just finished looking at my FTL series and making a second playlist for FTL Faster Than Light of just the victories, and I'll be darned, out of 50 episodes, if not 70 episodes, I think it was 50, but maybe it could have been 70. I only got recorded 2 real victories and 2 tutorial victories. So that's a danger mark. Why I picked FTL as one of my very first series, I'm questioning myself as to why I picked that. It was mostly just out of randomness. How much do I need here? 9? Yeah. I need to do this. No. So I picked that series, and man, it was just loss after loss after loss after loss after loss, going on forever. I mean, obviously you see the numbers. Really, what's really sad is I did get 1 victory off air, and because I got it off air, I have no video to prove it. There's video evidence that I did win. You can see the scoreboard, but boy, that series could have done for 1 more victory. So I'm gonna have to definitely keep that on my attention. Now, Plague Inc. is not like FTL. Let me make that clear. Plague Inc. we win quite often. If we were always playing on Mega Brutal, we could probably make a good situation that was close to FTL. But I also need to make, in my mind, figure out ways to keep my series going, keep progress happening. So when I move to the new scheduling, there is the possibility that I could play like 3, 4, 5 games in a row of the same plague, and then just toss some episodes, which I don't know if it's really necessary. I don't know if I want to do that, because every minute I spend, I want it to be of some value. I don't want to just waste my time. So I'd much rather put out episodes than start editing myself down. The editing, if my channel was ever going to get into editing, that's something where I would need to hire an editor, have them go through all my videos and just cut out sections, you know, just full on crossfade, cut this 2.5 hour video down to a 30-minute video. Of course, that means my channel is not. Oh, wow. The cure is at 88%. I had not been paying attention to that. Well, now it's down to 54%. Of course, I had not. What was I talking about? Man, that cure just caused me to forget. Just, man, I'm not paying attention. You know, because they know that we're already infected, I should just make this. Why didn't I do that? Yeah. And they're already working on the cure. What are they going to do? Work on the cure more? I may have messed this up. Also, I think that the thought of editing myself is for some future point where I have lots and lots of series completely released, and I can just say, you know what, I want to see how I can represent, not represent, but re-show old footage and make it interesting and still useful to people who are around. 18 DNA. This is a pretty deadly bioplague, but I think this might work. Busted lips. Everybody's getting busted lips. So I need 12 DNA to reset this again. I also need some cold countries. So let's start adjusting to infect cold countries. But one of the things about YouTube versus oh yeah, you know, drug resistance might help too. And, you know, genetic hardening might help. So many things might help if I was paying attention. Maybe even throw some necrosis in here. Why not? Is that unlike a equivalent of a primetime channel, primetime TV channel, I don't have to be limited to 4 hours on every night. I can put a new video out. Well, actually, I can put an unlimited number of videos out. If I could somehow record 100 episodes of 100 different games in one day, every day, then I could put out 100 episodes every day. Fine. My keyboard. It was probably a huge mistake. Let's just admit it. It was probably a huge mistake to buy a wireless keyboard for gaming situations. So we only have to get to the Caribbean now. Infected Caribbean. Oh no. We got a problem. this back. And let's start with the transmissions. Cross-country transmission. I need the Caribbean to be infected. And I need lethal symptoms like fever to not. And they're at 82% of the cure. That's not really a concern. If I can't get the Caribbean infected, we're back. Alright, there we go. There we go. So every single country is infected. Let's do this. Abilities. Activate that. Activate that. Let's move our way up to 18 DNA. Replicator overload to get the last bit of people infected. Nice. A little bit, activate that. Replicator overload finished. A little genetic reshuffle. Let's see. This little coughing. We need more people infected. We're a little too deadly here. Let's go ahead and refund the fever. Again. Nausea. Still a little too deadly. Watching Canada. The number of infected is increasing. Let's see. Little infectivity boost. Not looking good. Nuclear explosion in Germany. Lots of countries are dead and on about to die. Let's see. We don't need this anymore. We don't need this. We don't need this. Let's see. Come on, Canada. It's just too deadly. This disease is just too deadly. Let's go ahead and devolve total organ failure and let it grow. Pneumonia mutated. Doesn't matter. Now the danger of going back and forth between a really lethal virus and an unlethal virus is you could kill all the infected people and leave some uninfected people, some healthy people in the country. It is a danger. But it looks like Busted Lips here is going to win. And that's great news. Great news. Second try, very much on Plague Inc. It has been just the second try is all it takes. Particularly if I'm playing back to back, that helps. So we may continue with that pattern on the bioweapon. I will do a scenario next episode, but then next time we're going to try bioweapon on brutal. If I feel like I may do another one right after that second attempt. Because going in a cycle does present some memory problems for me of just remembering what to do. I barely remembered what I did last time. So this is more luck than anything that I'm winning now. But yeah, Plague Inc. is in the danger zone, but I'd say just in the edge of the danger zone of being a series that could be very high in the loss ratio. But it hasn't been so far. So far it's been very high in the win scenario, actually. But even in winning, the game really does demand you play it a lot. It definitely is obvious this is a cell phone game. And as a cell phone game, playing it every single day makes sense to people who want to play cell phone games every single day, which is not everybody really. Lots of games on my cell phone I don't play even once a month, but that's because I play real games, and also I don't have a commute, and also I don't have a job where I can hide somewhere or play games on my phone, or go to school where I can just play games on my phone. So I'm one of the lucky people, I suppose. I'm not stuck in a situation where I feel like I want to distract myself with just about anything. Thus, cell phone games really don't appeal to me. And this game appeals to me, though. I like the concept. I like the gameplay. The gameplay does need some work, though. I'd love to see a Plague Inc. 2 or Plague Inc. Evolved to actually be Plague Inc. 2 and throw some more stuff in it, spice it up, have it more, do more. This is reminiscence of like Five Nights at Freddy's, which the creator is now at like Five Nights at Freddy's 3, and he's released like sequels only a couple months away from each other, and each time it changes a little bit, but it really doesn't change that much, and the game isn't that fleshed out really. It's if you've ever seen it, I probably won't ever do a series on it because these jump scare things will sometimes on rare occasions get me to jump, but they won't really scare me, so you would get the most uninterested reactions to horror games from me, for those type of horror games, the jump scare ones. But yeah, this feels very much like a slight improvement to the cell phone game. I'd love to see them take it to the next step and add more things. Take advantage of the fact that it is on a computer and can do more things than just a touchscreen cell phone, and kind of adjust itself a little bit, because the whole click mechanics with a mouse is not something that's really that good. Really, moving around and clicking it's just not the best scenario way to do it. But yeah, I think they're going in the right direction, and I think they will improve it. And I'm on fast forward, and I'm gonna win. It's just taking a significant amount of time. Sometimes on these fast forwards and the fast forwards, it does not feel like it is really going as fast as it does at other times. I don't know if there is some actual CPU computation stuff going on here, that my processor is actually being used at 100%, and that's as fast as it can go. That might be true, but then they just need to optimize, I would say, because this game is not intense enough to use all of my processor. It should be coded better. So that was 1,040 days. The cure progress at the end of the day was at 60%. It got all the way up to 88%, I believe, but we got it down. And that was a Nano-Virus on Brutal 2,27,850 points, and 3 biohazards. So we got it done, and I'm glad for that. Because I'm just on the fact that I'm running out of names of plagues. So that's good news. Next episode we will be doing the scenario what? Created equal, I suppose. Might as well. And then after that we will be playing at least once bioweapon on brutal. Even though we haven't beaten it on casual, there's just no reason to beat it on casual or even try it on casual. You might as well try it on brutal. And after that we will do another scenario and then come down to simian flu, and I guess we'll just continue doing the back and forth, attempting things on brutal for the main game while having a bit of a spacer of the scenarios. I think that works pretty well. It keeps everything pretty varied. Still going to play the Nano-Virus and the simian flu on easy, and simian flu in particular has a lot of things that need to be unlocked. I think that's, let's see, that's 7 victories we need just on the simian flu, which indicates to me we're going to have to play the simian flu a lot. We may have to, after we're done with scenarios, just simian flu, a different scenario, simian flu, then a different scenario, simian flu, a different scenario. Nano-Virus is almost done. It's just 2 more victories on Nano-Virus, and then I'll start playing that on brutal too. So, yeah. Simian flu has so many new things because it was the last thing added, latest thing added, and the assumption was that players had already unlocked and done everything on all of the others, so this was the only real update they were getting. Now that works great if that's true, but because this is now the Windows version, I think the requirements need to be modified a little bit. The way you solve this is just when somebody gets a victory on bacteria and they've unlocked all of those, they should go ahead and start unlocking simian flu gene modifications too, instead of having to play the simian flu to unlock all those modifications. Not only does that push people to play the simian flu more often, it pushes people to play the old ones too, keeping it varied. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me through fan funding, click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Any amount you donate will be appreciated. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Google+, or friend me on Steam or Battle.net, all that information is down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.